Hello, everybody in YouTube land. Alexander Smith coming at you. Hello, we are the Billy Boys. Hello, we hear them by your noise. We're up to your knees in the surrender or you'll die. Was we are the Billy Boys. I'm not really into football, but I just thought I'd make some noise just to let you know that I'm here, and hopefully we get somebody to show up. As you can see in the title, it says waiting to see if 710 appears. I didn't want to put it out there. I've been waiting for a certain person because we're supposed to be doing a collaboration. I didn't want to put it out there because I didn't want to say it too early in case it didn't happen. What more can I say? We are actually going back to the wheel. I want to talk about something as in the last couple of videos. In one of the last videos, Doug Harding pulled up about that in the comments about saying about he had stuff. Yes, guys, you do have stuff, as in still here at the moment. There is 710's packet of stuff that needs to go out to him. And as you can see, 710's there. What else? We have the rest of everybody else's stuff in their packet or their little packets, as in everybody's wins. The thing is, if anybody wants their winnings early, they will have to email. Andrew, your stuff's in there as well, as in you've got, I think there's 2 or 3 bits in total, as in from the wheel. We will get it shortly out to you. When I say we, I mean myself and my conscience. I always keep saying we, but there is no we because there's only one of me. You can come up in the panel if you would like. We are supposed to be waiting for 710. I have had no email from him today, so I can't find his rigged channel. I cannot find it. I've searched on. I'm fine, Irish. Your stuff's here too, because I've actually sorted it out because it was in like 3 lots of packets, and decided that I put it into two. As I said, I haven't the heart to ask anybody for donations. The stuff that's getting put in the wheel, I don't get it for free. I actually buy it from auctions. I don't ask for anything off anybody. I never asked for the help because I don't like putting anybody out. I'm trying to do a couple of collaborations with different people, which I want to be able to do, because I feel like that if we're supposed to be part of the YouTube family, we should be able to get along with each other and as in do collaborations, whatever, as in get on with people without all the argy-bargy or the drama that's goes on with YouTube itself. You will be getting, there is a new idea that I've come up with now. Andrew will get a number, you'll get a number Irish, but I'm not, as I'm saying, I'm just waiting to see if the reason it's titled 710 is I'm waiting for 710 to see if he shows up, see if it's going to happen or not, because it was supposed to be either, as in I said, I was nervous about going back doing lives. I said to him I was quite happy if we did it on his channel. I cannot find the right channel, as in because 710's got 710 channel and he's also got the one called Rigged for the Game. I've been in contact with 710. 710 did say that it was supposed to be going ahead. I said, why don't we do it on Tuesday? Because obviously missing it on Thursday there because of Thanksgiving. I said that was fine. I'm quite prepared to take, if he wants to do Tuesday, I'll do Thursday if that's alright. As in either on my channel or his channel, or we can take turns about, because that was the whole idea behind it, to put two games into one. He does his game, I do my game, so it becomes a collaboration. If he wants to ask for donations, that's up to him to ask for donations. I'm not stopping anybody from donating if they want to donate. As I said, you don't pay for getting on the wheel. If you like to donate to the Shipping Pot Fund, that's totally up to you. I'm not going to say yes, I'm not going to say no to it. It's totally up to you guys. I'm not asking for anybody to be out of pocket or to put their hand in their pocket, because the whole idea was to, as you well see, probably if you've seen the video, the last video, it says who still plays Jenga. That's correct. I have got boxes. I haven't been able to open it because I want to be able to get the amount of stuff down that's in the room at the moment so that I can get a walkway, because I am going to fall over the top of it and I'm going to end up breaking my neck. Now, people would be like, well, film that, Alec. That'd be something else, as in watching you go on your ass. Okay, yes, it'd be funny. Yes, it could go viral. I don't do the videos to go viral. I'm quite happy that other people are enjoying the content. The whole idea behind the wheel was for me to enjoy it, to be the host, and also for you guys to enjoy it as well and put something back on the table. That was the whole idea behind the channel. We are going to go ahead. I'm just, as I said, I'm waiting to see if, because obviously 710 hasn't emailed, as in I haven't emailed him. He sometimes darts about YouTube. I'm hoping maybe that he's kicking about somewhere. I'm hoping that he decides to come on the panel, because there's no, probably people thought, oh well, there must be a bit of drama as in between Alec and 710. No, there wasn't. And I didn't want to put the title in saying, mentioning 710, because this is not about a bashing channel. I've decided that if anybody wants to talk about other people and you've got a problem with them, go and talk to them yourself. Don't involve me, because I don't want it. I don't want drama on this channel anymore. I've decided that any drama or anything as in that happens will be put to bed. Thanks, Irish Collector. and I wasn't sure as in the name of the channel or the what the channel was under. Rig GW Gaming Thing 8250. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's going to as in get it going tonight, because the whole idea was to try. The whole idea was to do a collaboration and get it on the right time, as in where the UK could be part of it as well, because our time difference, as in if I did it later on, there'd be less people, as in that'll be up in the UK. So that was the whole idea. It's like, Andrew's come on now. Andrew's part of the channel. He was a client, became a friend. We got on well together. I can talk to Andrew through Messenger, as in over Facebook. If I've got any problems, if I get something I want to talk to you about, and I didn't want him to miss out, so I decided that I would do later on, round about tea time, so that Andrew could then join in as well, because Andrew is a mod. There is 15 mods. There is no favouritism on this channel whatsoever. There's never been any favouritism between people. Basically, I get on with most people. There's not many people that I don't get on with. I give them a fair chance. I get to know the person, get to know what they're about. I don't ask for the background of that person, or their past and all that carry on, because I don't want to know about people's past. I want to know about that person as in when I meet them, not their past stuff. And I don't wish them to as in talk about their past stuff, because we've all made mistakes. We've all made mistakes in the past. We're not perfect. The world isn't perfect either. The problem was with Virgo star sign. Virgo actually, how can I explain it? Virgo is a perfectionist. They like everything that's got to be perfect. Everything they do has got to be perfect. But then they realise the world isn't perfect. So there is no trying to get to perfection. Hi, Johnny 5. Johnny 5, if you stay about, you will be allocated a number. As I said, I'm just waiting for, as in case 710 drops in. Anybody want to come up in the panel can come up in the panel. We are going to do the game. We're going to do the game Spin the Wheel. We are going to do that. I'm just waiting for us another people to drop in, because I need at least 12 people. I need at least 12 people playing. There should be 24. There should be 24 numbers on the wheel. I decided that I didn't like the spacing in the wheel, so I then put it that I have 12 numbers on it. So there's only 12 can play at any one time. Andrew will get a number, Irish Collector will get a number, Johnny 5 will get a number. You'll have allocated a number in a minute or a couple of minutes. The only number that I cannot give you is number 4, because number 4 has been allocated because Paul Hampton put in money to the shipping fund. Paul Hampton has put in as nearly the amount for track shipping. He nearly paid up to that, so Paulie will be allowed on the wheel, although that he's not always here. Paulie's name will be put on it, because the way that I'm doing it is that the money you put into shipping pot fund is used for shipping, as in for putting packages out. Some of the packages, as in like the UK ones, are a lot less expensive than the ones going out as in overseas. When that money's used up, say for instance you put, say $20 or $25 or whatever, and it covers the tracked shipping, your name stays in that hat until you get your first package. And once that money's used up, then it has to be then recouped again, as in so that you're then on it. But it doesn't necessarily knock you out of being able to play the game, because there is no allocated amount or a set amount to go on the board. As in, it's not like there's not a spot price, and there's not a donation price. It's basically free to go on it. People say, but you're saying it's free, but we have to pay for shipping. Well, so that means then I have to buy the coins, and I also have to pay for the shipping. Well, the thing is, I thought that, Johnny. If I've got to pay for the shipping and the coins, it's a lot on me, on my part, and it means then that I have to then do more work to get enough money to cover the costs. And the thing is, I don't like asking for help. I'm one of these people I'd rather do it on my own or do it myself. But the thing is, I know you guys are loyal supporters, and I don't know why you come to the channel, because I don't feel that the videos deserve the credit they get. But the thing is, you obviously enjoy the content that I put out, and that's good if you enjoy that content that I put out, as in when I put it out, because there's days where I get it's like somebody writing a book, and they get this inspiration and they go, I know a good end, I know a good start for this, and they start a book and they hit it's like a blank spot, but they don't know what else to write. That's the same as the creator. Sometimes we hit these black spots where we go, I don't know what to put on. I don't want to put that up because I don't feel that's right, or that seems to be, to me, that it doesn't seem enjoyable, but it might be enjoyable to other people, and people go, well, why don't you film it? And a lot of people give you ideas, as in put ideas into your head. Why don't you do this one? Why don't you do that one? It's like something will come up and somebody will say to me, or talking about, like last week, it was somebody mentioned in the chat, in one of the chats where I was in there, mentioned about Indians. And I'm like, I've got Indians somewhere, but where they were, I hadn't a clue. And all of a sudden, it takes this inspiration to start organising through boxes. And as I'm going through the box, at the bottom of the box, I find this tube, just like that, one of these tubes. And I find it, and it's wrapped up. And I thought, what the hell is in that? And I've opened it up. It was total coincidence. I opened it up, and inside it was Indians. And we were just talking about the Indians. So I went through looking at the Indians, because as I do, I might buy something and I'll open the roll up. Now, but when I open the roll up, I'm not looking through eras and varieties. I'm looking at the quality of the actual. When we say quality, people go, what do you mean by that? I don't understand that. Americans talk about grade. We talk about the quality of stuff, the quality of items. Right now, when you're buying used, you're looking for the best quality, as in the really nice condition stuff, as in it's really like blinging. So as I open a roll, I'm checking the quality of the coins and going, right, that's not good to me. As in, it's like I'm really fussy, I'm picky. I'll go through and I'll go, no, that's no good to me. That's no good. That's no good. That's no good. That's no good. I want to give the best to somebody else. If I don't feel that it's right or it's not right for me, I won't give it to somebody else. So when I'm going through it, I'm more checking, make sure that that's the exact date year that's supposed to be on that coin. Because a lot of the coins in America, our British coins, right, have only got a year date on them. They do not have a mint mark on them, so they don't have like an S, D, or P. So I'm checking to see if it's got an S, P, or D on that coin. And I'm also checking the quality of that, the condition. Let's put it right, no quality, the condition of that coin. I'm checking the condition of that coin to see if it's to my specifications. And then what I do is I put it back in the roll, as in the good ones, I put back in the roll, and I put it so that I know that's me organised, that I know exactly where I can lay my hands on it. So I can go to it and go, right, that box has got such and such in it, and go, I can grab it straight away. But if I do rolls, I need at least about 40 people so that I can finish that whole roll off. So there's nothing left inside that tube, so that it's not getting scattered all over the place, because I don't want things scattered all over the place. And if I'm going to give you coins, I'm not just going to give you one date year and go, right, this is all you're getting, and that's all it'll be all the way through. I'm going to mix stuff up, so you always get a mixture, as in a coins. But I've also got another plan of action. What I'm thinking is try and get some British stuff or British coins, as in maybe say for the bank, and start doing like a coin hunt roll or whatever, a coin hunt. And what I'll do is I'll take the different designs out and go, right, that's for Americans. So that every time you get a package, as in over there, there's going to be at least a British coin or a foreign, something foreign for going back over there. Because that was the whole idea, was to bring, I didn't want to be following or trying to compete with the others that was UK on YouTube. I wanted to be unique. I wanted to be different to everybody else. This is the way that I've built the channel is different to everybody else's. Everybody's like, how did he manage that? He's got American coins, but in Britain, because I had a love for auctions and forgot that I was like, well, the adrenaline wasn't really there after Dad passed away, and I'm like, do I really want to do auctions? Do I really want to go as in buying auctions? Do I want to go and see auctions? Do I want to go and visit auctions? Nah, not really. What I do, because the whole idea of building the channel was to do phones, wasn't to do product reviews on phones. It was to do as in like fixing and rebuilding phones and show people, oh look, I bought this for £3. I bought this, like one of the videos, I bought this for £3, and show I bought it untested. This is the way I bought it. This is a £3 phone, but now it's not a £3 phone by the time it goes back out. That was the whole idea. It's like Johnny says, enjoy YouTube more, try not to overthink things. I know I overthink things. It's as if I overanalyze things in my own head, and then sometimes I'm Am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? I'm always asking myself questions as in, does this seem right? Does that seem right? Does that video that I've just put out, is it right? Well, what I've just said, is there any mistakes in it? But now I just do a video and I don't even edit it, but I've started watching them to make sure the sound quality's alright, that's alright in it, but it's not for to re-edit it and take the mistakes out. I'm like, I would rather leave the mistakes in it so that people see this guy's real, this guy is a real person, he's real. The way we see him on camera, that is him in his natural form. Because you have to be comfortable in yourself when you're doing this. But there is a lot of things you have to watch out for, as in being a creator on YouTube. You have to grow a thick skin to be on YouTube, to not take the negative stuff on board or get upset by the negative. But you've also got to be this like tough person, so that basically nothing can, as if nobody can press buttons and upset you or aggravate you as a person. I don't think 710's coming. There might be a trick. There might be another trick to that. I've seen sometimes if there's 2 inch or an inch and a half at each side, if it's compact that engine right in, there's no way you could actually take the drive shaft, or you don't want to take either the right side or the left side out. Leave one side with the drive shaft popped in it, because if you take it out the gearbox, it could drop the main thrust bearing. You want to leave it with, as in, be all you need to do is basically, as in, get it to balance, as in up at least about an inch and a half between each side. It's getting a new clutch and flywheel while welding. That is a full engine out, because the gearbox, I don't know if the gearbox is as in coupled onto the back of the engine, which goes onto the prop shaft and they tell that, because I know it's the RAV4, but usually if the gearbox is onto the side of the engine, usually it attaches with the 2 main drive shafts, the left and the right side. They call it the near side and off. They call it near side and off side, as in the MOT certificate. It's a lot of money, £700. It's a lot of money to find. I'm trying to think what way we'll do this, the numbers. We could have done it Andrew with number 12, but then I'm thinking to give Andrew number 1, Irish gets number 2, Johnny gets number 3, Polly gets number 4, and as I said, because I'm like, is it worth doing the game? Because if there's only 4 or 5 years in here, it means then I have to run with only 5 on the wheel. I know, exactly, you've got it, but the thing we know, exactly, because it's a hefty bill, as in £700, as in, especially when you're, as in, get the family and all the rest. You got heating, lighting, gas, shopping, and then mouths to feed as well. It's a lot of money to keep a house running. I'm just lucky. I'm living with my mum. My mum gets discounts on her rent because she's a pensioner, but I give her a bit as well. And it goes into us. It's a standing order. It just takes it off my money as in, exactly, Irish. It's not a nice bill at all. It's a lot of money. £700. 700 7 say $700. That can buy a hell of a lot of coins, as in $700 worth of coins. I don't know how much that would be in, as in converted, as in 700 our money. Because the last one that I sent was $1. When it was converted, it was $1.14 to the pound. To the pound. Hi, Omnivox. I'm not 710. It's nothing bad about 710. It just we're trying. I'm supposed to doing a collaboration with him, as in with his game rigged, and also as in mine's. So I had the email last week. Saying that we were going to go ahead with it, but I don't know. I don't know if he realised it. I was trying to get, because that's what I was trying to say to him. I'm trying to get the time set up right for so that us all can play. Omnivox karaoke, that's Sting me, aye, that's Darren. Karaoke and gaming, that's Darren. Omnivox karaoke. It was when I says, hey Darren, that's when it rang me, it's Dimebag. I know, has a new tank, exhaust, new brakes, new MS sensor, new spark plugs, new throttle body. Well, that's what happens, Johnny, as in a 8 or a 12-year-old car, as in, and then it ends up with constant maintenance. It's like you can buy it's like people say, I just bought that second-hand car. Sometimes you can buy a lemon, sometimes you can buy a good car, but there's always a lemon in a batch every now and again, and you either get a good one or you get a bad one. And sometimes you get a good one it's been maintained most of its life, and it's been looked after, and people spent a fortune on it. And there's other people that's like, I just run it. They're like, don't even check. I've heard of people that don't even check the oil. You go, you go at some if you checked it for oil. No. And they don't even know where the dipstick is. If you check the dipstick. What's that? So you're telling me that you don't even go out once a week and check levels under the bonnet? No, I don't do that. So you just fill it up. But I take it for maintenance when, as in when it tells me I need it serviced. I take it to my pal. I take it to my pals. A pal does it. So you're hoping a mechanic, as in checks the levels and whatever else. I know you did. That's why I want to show you guys that I'm not a fanny, and I'm not holding any packets to ransom. I asked you guys as in the way you wanted it, and you says leave it until it's a wallet. But I think that the wallets is going to be as an expensive, the wallets. And the way that I'm thinking that I've developed another idea, and I'm thinking, what I'm thinking is you doing it in something like that, or even the card A4s, because I went and bought the steel. I went and bought grey. That's actually grey posting bags off Amazon. I tried to keep the cost as low as possible for the materials, as in for the supplies and that. That's what I'm thinking. So if we can get them into them, but the thing is, that's what I want to talk about. I wanted to actually talk about the difference between standard airmail and tracking. That's what I wanted to talk about as well. People's like, there's only phrase and you keep going on. I thought we were playing this game. Yeah, we will be playing the game, but as I said, there's only 3 in here at the moment. There was 5 1 minute ago, and now there's only 2 now. I need at least 12 to make it worthwhile to play the actual game. Because I can play it with 2. But it'll not last as long with only 2. Because I want to do like as Joe does, like an early bird GW, and then maybe do. I was thinking maybe do 3 GWs or an early bird, one in between, one at the end, and then maybe do as in I was thinking about not doing first place, but then I'm thinking, what if we still do first place if I can manage to get it in that envelope? I'm trying to keep the cost down so you guys it's not costing me an absolute fortune, so I can still send it out to you guys, because I want to be able to send stuff out and say, and people say Alex as good as his word. If Alex says he's promised you something or he owes you something, he will send it. Because I would like to see the game. I would like to see the game grow. I would like to see it grow a lot bigger than what it is, and people to actually enjoy it. As in for people coming into it, because that was the whole idea. Because I'm thinking, well, how am I going to get as in space with these coins? How am I going to get as in not rid of them, but what am I going to do with them? What am I going to do with all these coins? I don't need all these coins. Because that was the whole idea. Well, if I can't get a mixed roll of coins with different date years, would I need to take a full roll? Hi, Philip. I haven't seen Philip for ages. Philip, if you're staying here, you'll get allocated a number. I'm just waiting for enough people coming in. I really need 12 people so we can put 12 names on the board. And I'm not really caring as in where you live. It doesn't matter if you live in the UK, it doesn't matter if you live in the USA, as long as your federal state allows for coins to be sent. Because I can easily put them as metal. I can easily say or put on the declaration as in the customs and excise label. I can easily put on that metal art, say it's metal art on it, if it's allowed. If you have a problem, if you live in Australia, right, and you have problems with getting precious metals into your country, send me an email and tell me exactly what you think is worth putting on that label, so that I can go to that post office without any fuss and put that as in the post, because I have had problems where I went to the post office and he goes, oh, you need to ding me, you need to get a declaration, or you need to ask permission because it's precious metals. They're not allowed in. So I had to make it a different way to send it to Brissy. So Irish Collector, if you're in Australia and you've had coins before, email me and say, look, this is the way it was done, Alec, because I'll do it exactly the way that it's been done before, so that it goes in, so I can get it over. Because I don't want people coming to my channel and saying that, by the way, you didn't send me my coins, I never got them. Because that wasn't the whole idea behind this. It was for me to put something on the table for as news guys, because yous made me. I always say it's metal discs. That's fine. If you say ding me, I'll leave that. Metal discs. I usually just say metal art, but the last time I seen metal art, they went, oh, it's metal. It's metal. It's precious metals. What do you mean it's precious metals? You need you have to send a form or something to customs and excise and get them to, as in it's got to be allowed first to get it in. What? So I went for the main post office at East Kilbride, and went and jumped a taxi to the taxi and told them to drop me off at the Green Hills, and walked into the Green Hills, and I turned around and says to them, it's stickers or whatever that's inside this, and they put it through. Because I was like, well, if I say precious metals, I'm going to have the same problem as I just had with that post office. I went, if I'm going to another post office, I'm going to tell them it's something different to get it through. But it was a hell of a job to get it through. Because I sort of said to Brissy, don't pay for it yet until it gets to you. Bearings and bolts. Doug, I don't know. I'm not sure if you won a first prize or not. But if you did, it'll be marked in one of the books. I need to find the book as to make sure, because when I was putting yours together, as in the two packages, the two little packets together, I noticed, and I'm thinking, did Doug win a first prize? And then I'm thinking, if I've said to you you've won a first prize, as in the time that you've been playing, it should be in there, but it's not. And I'm like, was it? I've got mixed up with somebody else. Shipping rounds to Canada. Metal art, I know. Metal art. Aye. I went into them one day and instead of me saying it was coins, I was like, hold on a minute. I was like, if you think about that, if you were an artist, right, or in the car industry, it's only a piece of metal. It's only got designs on it, so it would be classed as metal. It could be classed as metal art. I thought about it, metal art. So it's metal art. No, but as I'm saying, Philip, there is a problem with sending stuff out and shipping. There's there's standard airmail. Now, standard airmail doesn't give you a track number on it. It only gives you a proof of receipt or a receipt. They'll only give you a receipt and they give it to the person that sent it. So there is no tracking number on it. And that's why I'm having problems, because usually when I send a package, I send it in a bubble envelope. The bubble envelope usually sits about that far out. And if it won't get through, there's a flap, there's like a plastic perspex to use. Now, if it can't get through that flap, it then becomes a small parcel. That's when the price jumps up. So what I'm going to try and do. That's why I said about the first place, because when I do a first place, the whole idea of me doing first prizes is we're going to get slabs and like say about a proof set, like a P&D set. What was going to do was take the full slip as one slip of that and say he's right, you're going to get the D section of that. So that was going to be the first prize, because some coins, if it comes in as singles, I'll put it back out as singles. If it came as a proof set, I will leave it in a proof set unless there's damage on the packaging or on the plastic. That's when I'll break it. That's when I'll break it up. That's the only time I'll break stuff. If it's come in that way, I won't touch it. I'll leave it like that. That's the way it's left. But the whole idea was to put something on the tape, was to give something back to you guys, because without yous, I wouldn't have this channel. This channel would not be the way it is without yous lot, without yous guys as enjoying the videos, liking the videos, putting the videos out further, sharing the videos out. Because I've never asked you to do that, as in share the videos or say like the content. I've never asked for that in any of the videos that I've ever done. That's fine. That's fine, Johnny. I just don't see. I am going to do it, Johnny, and I know you've got to dash. You've got to dash away. You would have been allocated a number, but I'm waiting for a lot of members coming in for it to be worthwhile for it to do the wheel itself. Shipping rounds to Canada, put metal art. Watch Big Red recommended. I'll get itchy goes. Keeps itching it. So Dougie will get a place. Philip will get a place. If Johnny comes back, Johnny will get a place. If Dimebag's still here, if Omnivox Karaoke's still here, he'll get a number as well. The only number you can't get is number 4, because Polly's got that. I don't usually allocate a number if somebody's not here, but Polly has put in his money for shipping. He paid the shipping fund. I was blown away when Polly put it in. When we were talking about it in Messenger, right? Polly's got me on Facebook. So I was talking to him about this idea I had in my head. I says, what do you think about this idea? So I put it to Polly. And Polly says, right, explain it exactly the way you're going to do it, Alex, so that I can get a grips to exactly what I'm paying for, or what if I was to donate. So I explained it to him. And Polly says, go and check your PayPal account. Now, when I say somebody put in as in a donation or whatever, I expect only a small donation, which may be only a couple of pounds, £3-4, £5. I was actually blown away with what Polly had put in. He put obviously in his money, and when it converted it over to your money, it was £15, and I was blown away. I was like, £15? And that's a lot of money for somebody that's on a little budget, as in £15. And I was like, Polly, you tell me. I was like, right. And Polly emailed me. I says, you need to email me. So Polly emailed me 3 times. And Polly says to me, my favourite number is number 4. So that's why Polly's got that number. But until Polly gets the first shipping, as in that's when his money will be used up, as in the money that he's put in. And then he'll need to put money in it again. But I don't want people feeling that they have to do it, they have to donate to this wheel, because the whole idea was to try and get coins out that I don't need, I don't need certain coins, because I only wanted to build a collection, because my dad used to say, it's like somebody coming and saying to you, I've got 30 coins for you. I want rid of them, or I'm looking for somebody to buy them off me. I've got 30 coins. And my man say, right, 30 coins, much you want for them? Well, I want that for them. And my man bought, but you're telling me about them, but you can't produce them. You can't produce them. You tell me you've got these coins. So my dad used to just take it in face value. As in aye. Just go aye. But if they turned up with them, that's when Dad would be like, right, this person's not a fanny. And that's what my dad says. People can talk about it and say, I've got this, and they don't ever produce it. But if you can actually show physical evidence, you have that coin, or you have that, or you can get that, you can show it to somebody. That's when people will buy it off you. They're like, how much is that? What you want for that? Then you can haggle, as in I love to haggle with people, but I don't know what's fair and price wise, and that's why I decided to come up with this game. Instead of you buying it off of me and feeling that it's not a fair deal, I thought, what if I put on the wheel and I put the coins, so I'm paying for the coins for the auctions, bringing it in, going through it from my own private collection and stuff that I want, taking it out of that and then saying, right guys, this is the rest of it, this slot for you guys. But I wanted to do it on a small stages, gradually giving you it. Look, there's another bit, there's another bit. It's like Andrew will buy, like, say for instance, you'll see a silver round and he'll go, much is that, Alec? I'll say, talk to me later. But I had to stop selling them to Andrew because I wanted to put them on the board. I says to Andrew, well, I'll tell you what to do. You come into the board and these will be put on the board. Because that's what I said to him, like, I've got guys coming in. That's another thing I wanted to show as well. If I can find it, if it's there. Right. I'm gonna just disappear a minute, guys, right? Because I want to show you something, so you understand. Because you go, that's not what it's supposed to be, right? That's a gaming token. Now that's like a loony or a toonie, right? Because the outer edge is like a gold, but it's a gaming, what they call it, a gaming token. It's not an actual generic round, but on the round here, it says on it, it's stamped into it that it's 999 pure silver. I've already bought a full load of them. I've got other ones coming in of them at some point. I've managed to pick them up as in less than what as in its cost for the generic rounds. Because I've seen me down, like, maybe say for a generic silver, I've seen me as in bidding it in auction to 40 to 45, about $45. These ones I'm getting less. I'm paying less than 30 for them to get a hold of them. But I've managed to find another place. It is another auction, but I'm having to make a box up for to get stuff, because when I used to do it, I could forward packages for the community onto Joe, and Joe was like, I can't keep doing this, it's too much for us. So I was like, well, I'm not going to fall out with these. I'm not going to fall out with these because you told me you can't do something no more. I didn't ask you to do it. You said to me that you would do it. They come to me and says, we'll do it for you. But then they come back and says, we can't do it no more because this is not a holding, a shipping dispatch unit. We have still got our own stuff to do as well, and then we've got to repackage yours up. So I was like, well, if you got to repackage up, and then I went to the other person and says, well, can you send me? She says, well, are you willing to pay the shipping? I says, of course I am. I says, but can you hold the stuff back until it's a box worth and then send it all at once, and I'll pay for the shipping separately. So I paid for the coins. All the coins is paid for, but they're elsewhere at the moment. There's some of the stuff that's elsewhere at the moment. But there's plenty more to open yet before even going to the ones. But that was the whole idea, was to get stuff worthwhile to put on as first prize, because that was the whole idea. I didn't want people turning around and saying, this is rigged or this is fixed, and people going, well, I've donated, but I'm getting nothing for my donation, putting on the wheel. I thought, well, what if we done a minimum price so you get something? I don't know what you're saying, guys, and I don't slightly get it. I still was to get. I've still got stuff to get. Aye, Irish. I've got stuff with Joe. I've got stuff still laying with George. It's 2 or 3 different places that I've still to get stuff in. Yeah, so I've got stuff coming in. That's what I'm saying, guys. I've got plenty because I'm addicted to auctions. That's why sometimes I have to stay away from the auction, because if I go in there and I only go in there for maybe a look, and I spot something and I go, that's cheap, or no, somebody's not bidding, or there's no a bid on something, I go, I'm going to have a bid in that. But it starts me off as in that one thing ends up 5 things or 6 things by the time I'm finished, time I'm not come at that auction. It's like the other day, goes into Joe's auction, just for a nose, spot something. I had 12 bits before the time I come out, and then I'll see the invoice sheet, right? Now I don't like turning around and saying to somebody, turning around and saying to somebody, I need to put that back. I don't like doing that, because to me that's like somebody bidding for something on eBay and then they turn around and say, can I retract the bid on that? So they've got to then resell it again. I wouldn't do that. If it belongs to me and I've won it and I put the bid on it in the first place, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for that. But that's what I'm saying. It was 135, and then it came down to 100. And by the time the conversion was $113. But luckily, I've got money in savings. But then if I keep doing that, as in the money that's in savings, I'll have nothing left by the time I'm finished. Aye, you're right. I understand. LOL. Lots of laughter. Yeah, I have to stay away from too. I know, because you've gone there for a nose, and then you spot something, and you're like, well, I won't, and you're like, it's like somebody putting a drink down, and you go, I don't want that, and everybody's looking at you like, and you're like, what? What's the matter? What are you looking at me like that for? And they're like, you're not going to drink that. bit of temptation and all froth in the mouth, and you're like, I'll only take a sip. I'll only take a sip of that. But I'm not an alcoholic. Can't just say I'll only have the one. And it's the same with somebody that's got an addiction to auctions. They go, "Oh, I'm just getting in for the one bit," but they don't just come out with one bit. They come out with a full load. I know Irish, but that to me, that's what an auction is. It's an auction. When you see an auction, same as eBay, it's to the highest bidder. So the highest bidder wins. Highest bidder wins it. But you're not going against people as in for to be bad about it. You see the same item, you're like, I like that. It's worth buying that because either I'm going to put it in my collection or there's still a bit of profit. There's still a bit of profit left in that. I could buy that, put it on wherever, and get another £2 or £3 out of that, and somebody else is happy to have that in their collection because only people only pay what they think it's worth in their own head, in their own mind. Somebody could turn around and look at a coin and go, "That's worth $40." Another person could go like that. That's only worth 20. That's only worth 20. That's only worth 20. Or they go and look on eBay and they look for the lowest price of that coin. And they go, "That coin's only worth 15." But they're quite happy to tell you, as in come and say, "Oh, you paid too much for that coin." No, you've paid what you think it's worth in your own head. Because the price of metals goes up and down. It fluctuates all the time. It's like when China buys metal or another country buys metal and we're scrapping it over here, their paying is scrap metal, but they're paying £6 or whatever it is, £7 per ton. So it's like £7 up to, like, say for instance, £700 a ton. So a ton's quite a lot when you think about it. So you got to get a lot of tonnage to make it worthwhile for to ship it across. But that's why they keep it over here. When the price is low, they stack it until the price goes high. And it's the same with coins. A coin could, within a year, it'll drop in value, and then all of a sudden it'll come back up in value. But if it's really it's really acquired and it's required that people want to buy that, like say for instance, I remember when the Mint Mark D was now acquired and it turned to S's, everybody was buying S's, anything that was marked with Mint Mark at S on it, and they were paying good money for S's. So P and D wasn't as wanted, wasn't as desirable as S. So I was buying all the P and D because I'm like, that D, I was like, if I hold it long enough, that D will come appreciating value. But I don't do it for the money off it. I love being part of the community. That's what I love. I love how we all help each other and we stick to each other without all the drama. Because I hate seeing as in the drama on YouTube, but the drama will always be on YouTube. It'll always be there. It doesn't matter. You cannot stop it. There always got to be a drama or something. There always will be. So two people don't like each other, or two people fall out with each other, or he does a bad deal with the other one and he goes, "I'm not happy with you." And then two people see it and everybody then sees the drama on YouTube. The first thing it's like, as I'm watching EastEnders, I'll go and watch it because it's funny. It's funny them two at loggerheads with each other. I tend to walk away from it. I'm like, I don't want involved in it. I don't even want to know. If it doesn't concern me, I don't want to know about it. Exactly, Philip. Exactly. That's why I like the auctions, because there is no drama. They tell you. As in, it was like Lemonhead Penny's auction. And I don't want people turning around saying, "Oh, but Lemon didn't thing me send me the last box on it." I'm fucking not interested. It's nothing to do with me. But I liked the way the auction went on. It was a case of no numbers in chat. It's an auction today. This is the way it's going to go down. This is the way it's happening. And there was no drama with anybody in that auction. And it was always fun. There was some people would be talking and there would be numbers flying past. So you were looking at concentrating and stuff. Hi, Harold. Harold's got a... See, this is what I'm thinking, what I'm not sure about. Harold won an item, right? Or he won first prize. But I don't know if it get mixed up. And I thought that Doug won it. And when I've picked up Harold's to put Harold's together, it's turned out it was Harold's, as in it's got first prize inside it. So I don't know if Doug did win a first prize or not, but I need to check back one of the books because I did mark it in a book, but I had 3 different books and I don't know which one I've marked in, so I need to go back and double check it because I was repackaging it because I had 3 packets and I was like, and I'm organising stuff. And I thought, this box, because the box was over there, and I used that box for using packets or whatever. Maybe I get a packet and I'll use it, and then I'll take stuff out it and I'll repackage or something, and then have a bit of bubble or whatever, and use the so to recycle it. And I was getting in the box, and I was like, what is in that box? That's heavy, that. I picked it up and I was like, there must be ones inside that. So the ones is all there, and I'm like, there's fucking 3 bags. So I took it into the other room the other night. She's right, I'm going to put it in there. And just at that, I thought, fuck it, I'm going to go in the other room. And I repackaged all your stuff because I was like, right, I'm going to repackage it so they know it's here. Because I was like, right, we're going to sort this out. People might think that I'm not going to send them it. I'm going to address that problem, or I'm going to say about it. I'm going to show that he's still got the package here, because I'm thinking if I can get it to bare minimum, because I'm like, well, right, we've got a problem with shipping, or it's going to cost me this for shipping. So what if I try and get it down to this? And that's what I want to do, guys. I want to try it. I want to try it a different way, but I want to do it for only so long. I want us to do it like a trial run it, and do it for a month or maybe 2 months, and then it that other way, try it a different way, and then if that doesn't work, then we'll go back to the other way, as in the international shipping. But the thing is, if I do the international shipping, I can't do 6 packets all at once. You're going to have to wait, as in sort of do maybe say 3 packets, and then there's going to be a gap where you're going to have to turn and say, because I'm going to have people, and I know I'm going to have this, I'm going to have people email me saying, why didn't I get my stuff? Why is my stuff not here? Because I didn't have the money to send your stuff over, because I've only got a limited budget. I'm taking money out of what I get in, because I don't work full time, so I don't get a wage like Andrew does at the end of the month, saying, right, this is how much you've done within the month, and this is what we owe you. I get money fortnightly off of benefits, and they only give me a certain amount, so I can only work on that budget. And then I also get, like, as in the money for the leg, because I was like, well, because my argument is if I have that money in the bank, why should the bank be using my money that's sat there if it belongs to me by rights? But then what if the benefits done an overpayment and they wanted, say, $2,000 back? If you don't have what they ask you, if it's an overpayment in the UK, they do an overpayment and they tell you, we've overpaid you by this much. They take it off the next year's money. But if you have it, You can easily go and phone him up and say, by the way, I'm going to send you $2,000 right now, today. But the thing is, if you've already spent that money, how are you going to get it back? That was the whole idea. I was like, well, instead of me having to worry about that, if I had it sitting there and if there is an overpayment or whatever, I can pay it back without having to worry about it. Because I'm like, it stresses me out, as in people going, you owe me this much, you owe me this, and you owe me that. Because that's anybody you ever speak to in the coin community will tell you, my bills paid, always paid for. My bills are always paid. That's why I keep telling people, if I owe you money and I bought stuff off of you and I forgot about it, send me a request, a payment, and I'll sort it out, as in PayPal, with PayPal, because that's all I do. It's just PayPal. Use PayPal, pay them, pay the bill, done. That's it. Because I get an invoice sheet. PayPal gives me an invoice sheet of what I've paid, and I keep everything as records. I paid this, I paid that. It was like the other week there. Gets my bank statement or my money statement and my text on my phone, and there's a discrepancy on it, and I sees $28.50 taken off, and I'm like, $28.50? I was like, what the hell's that for? And I'm like, here, eBay or PayPal. I was like, so I goes and logs into PayPal. Then I remembers $28.50. It was from my thing, my contract for my phone, as in because I got a SIM only deal. I paid $28.50 a month for it, because it tells me how much I owe them, and then they tell me it's going to be taken off for this date, and I totally forgot all about it. It wasn't in trying to calculate these figures up. I'm going, there's 93, that one's 160, this one's 140, but there's a $28.50, and I'm looking at it and I goes, maybe it's two calculations that's been put together. I'm looking at it and I goes, that don't make sense. I have every figure, it's all calculating, it's got to tally up my head for me to know that money went there, this money went there, that money went there, this money went there, that went there, that was for that. It's all calculated up. But I don't want to ask people for donations. It's up to them if they want to donate. If you just want to donate and send it to the PayPal account, I'm quite happy to, because I've got it calculated up. I owe it. I actually owe it. I think £12 as and it was taken out yet. One night in particular, I went to get a takeaway and I must have not changed it to take it out my credit card, and it took it out of the money, and I'm like, that money's short. I was like, that should be 96. I was like, it's 87. So I know I owe it money, but I'll put it back. I'll make sure it's put back to that shipping pot fund, because the money that came into that fund was money I put in for the I sold stuff to, or I sent stuff to Cycling Thingy over in Ireland. He gave me a £50 note. I had to cash that in to be put in the bank. That went in, and that's calculated for the channel. Andrew put money in that he still owed a couple of items, as in that I said that all get sorted out. I made the money he put in that he bought bits off of me. That money was put in. Brissy bought 6 of the blue noses at whatever, as in he put money in. Polly put money in. So that's what I'm saying, that was all put in the shipping pot fund. And whoever else, as in like Irish collector, I think Irish put a couple of pound in the PayPal. I think it was about 5 people that put in the PayPal account. That money does not get taken out. I don't spend that money. It gets left in that PayPal account, because that is allocated. And as I said, that's for shipping pot fund. That's what it was there for. That's what we made it for. And that's what it'll stay. It won't get used up, as in it'll get used up for shipping for that money. So if you want to donate, that's up to you whether you want to donate or not. I'm not saying that you have to. It helps me as in to be able to do this more, as in to spend my time organising stuff for to send or put on that wheel. Because if I have to do eBay, this time that I've got to spend away for doing this for the channel. People's like, you're talking fucking hingy, you're talking more of it than what you're doing with this wheel. I did say, because it was 5 years in here, I'm waiting till I see as in 5 or 12 years in the chat so that I can go, right, you've got your number, that one's got this number, this, because I've got the book ready. I wanted to show this, I wanted to show the gaming total as in to show you, because it does say on it, it says on it, find silver, because I've got a full load of them coming in, because I only keep as in a couple of the designs, or if a design's different, that's when I keep that's when I keep it. But I think I bought doublers. I'm sure I bought doublers, and I know exactly where to get them from if I want any more. Because I even showed Andrew, I was like, I sent him the link, and I was like, here's the link. This is where I'll be. This is where you'll find me. You'll find me over here. Because I found that somebody said to me about a certain person, and I went looking for this person. It hadn't happened to be in the chat. And I was like, this is where he hides out. I was like, when he's not Joe's, because he kept going damn or whatever, and he kept winning stuff. And I thought, where the hell has he went? And by accident, I bumped into him at a certain place. But the other auction that we go to, it's all bins. You've got to be quick with it, as in it's bin, B-I-N. So you've got to put B-I-N in the chat, and it'll say 1977 Canadian 3 cents or whatever, $6 for this. It'll just be a starting price, and you just say B-I-N in it. But you've got to be really quick with it, as in to get the good stuff, or to get really nice stuff, because it's quick. And that's why I bought a box with them. So I've got quite a bit. Now I need to email them and ask them, is that medium box? How much space is still left in it? You see if it's nearly ready. Because I need to start cutting down the amount of auctions that I go to, because I'm like, money out here, money out there, that one for that one, this one for that one. There's like 3 or 4 auctions that I go to, because I'm like, no, always it's the same stuff in there. I don't know where Harold's from. I haven't a clue how Harold Hadry. He's through somebody else. I met him through, as I said, I'm in different communities. I'm in like different communities that I've been in before. As in I'm different communities all over the place. I'm not just in the coin community. I'm here, there and everywhere. As in, and I know certain people for different channels. So I've got different people that all come in. Like Johnny 5. Like Andrew, like Harold, then you get his bros, then you get Tim Palmer. As I'm saying, you've got all these different people, so you'll see different. Now and again, Rocky, you'll see different people that you maybe know have seen before. That'll pop in and out. But all you need to do is just hit each other up, and if they can't hit you up, as in with putting in your name, there is one of the mods in here. Ask them to put your link in it. But I don't want to feel that Andrew has to deal with this. I don't want to put it on him and put more pressure on him. I would rather him feel like as uncomfortable with doing that, because there should be 15 different mods. But they don't always come in all the time, because I don't have this. A mod has to be here all the time. I don't like that idea either. Oh, you've got a boss banner, so you need to be here all the time. No, it doesn't work like that in my book. If you're here, you're here. If you're not, you're not. It's just one of these things. The mods are there to protect, to keep the trolls, and no, everybody's a troll. There could be new faces that'll come in that you've not seen before, even although they've no videos on their channel. But as long as they keep it respectful, and in a positive way, not a negative way, and start as in abusing the chat. Because if anybody is abused or whatever, I'll put a video out and say, by the way, I didn't like that. I didn't like what you did. Even if it's a new face, I didn't like what you did to such and such. I'll speak up for the people, because you guys are all good guys, as in like Philip, Harold, Andrew, Rocky. But I'm saying, Rocky, if you've not met Harold and you want to jump over to Harold's channel, as in, if you can't find Harold's, ask Andrew to put it in the Harold's link in the chat so you can jump over there, because Harold's actually alright. But as I'm saying, not everybody does coins that comes in this channel. They might do other things, but there might be something that will interest you in somebody else's channel, because that was the whole idea. It's basically for us to grow, Rocky. It's not just about me. It's about us all growing together, as in all of the USA family. Because it's like, you took me in. You didn't need to take me in. You didn't need to take me in. You've took me in, and that overwhelms me. You've taken me in, as in saying, well, you belong there, you belong here, you belong as part of your community, and welcome me with open arms. Sometimes I go to certain places and I'm like, I'm not liked here, or I get into a chat and nobody says hello to me, and I'm like, what have I done? What have I done to deserve this? You don't even say hello to me. You know that I'm there in the chat, and you're not even saying hello as welcomed a newcomer in. It's like me giving a span. Right now, I've been made admin on a Facebook group. Now, how the hell it happened, I haven't a clue, right? It's called Promote Your YouTube channel. I'm actually admin for that, as they gave me administration job and said, that's yours, there's yours, that's for you. And I'm like, I don't even know who the main guy is for that side of it, but it's got the YouTube logo is on red. It's got the YouTube logo on it, and it says promote your YouTube channel. And everybody that joins that, and it says to me, a notification comes through on my Facebook saying new member has joined promote YouTube channel. I welcome them in. I put the rules that you have to have a YouTube chat to get into this group. You have to have a YouTube channel, and that's exactly what you have to do, as in share your YouTube channel onto the thing, onto the group. But that's what I'm saying, I don't know who made me an admin for the group. I don't know if there was only 3 people that were admin, I don't know. It just said, you've been made admin, and I was like, I'm overwhelmed. Fucking hell, I'm taking into this. I've been made an admin for this group. And I'm like, I need to do this job properly, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. And I'm like, and I'm looking at all the rules and all that, Karen, and I'm like, hold on a minute. And I was like, there's a rule missing here. And I was like, because I invited Andrew, and I was like, Andrew, do me a favour. I was like, promote your YouTube channel and this, because that's what you're doing. Every social media platform, you either share somebody else's YouTube channel or you share your own on it. But sometimes you don't feel it's appropriate to share your own YouTube channel or put your channel on it, because you think, I'm being selfish putting my YouTube channel on there. I should be putting somebody else's. But if it's a group and you've been invited to that group, just do what they'll say. If they'll say to promote your channel or whatever, just put it on there. Put it on there and share your channel out. Because that's exactly what it is. The more social media platforms you're on, the more times that you're shared out and you're viewed as your channel gets views, because that's the way internet. It's called web trafficking, and that's exactly how web trafficking happens, as in it's other places that you share your information with, or your YouTube channel, and that will it'll help you grow. It'll help you grow. It'll help you grow. You might not see it as in within a week. It might be a month. It might take 2 months. It might take 3 months. It might be 6 months. But you'll see new faces coming, and then you start thinking, well, where did that come from? Where did that come from? Where did this come from? Either it come through word of mouth, or it came through web trafficking. It came through web traffic, as in wherever you shared it from, or wherever you shared it on. Because I love that. I love seeing that happen. Fuck did that? Who the hell? And you're like, who the hell is this? I've never seen that person before. But I don't cry them as trolls straight away. I check them out, or I go and start searching. Who is this? Does anybody know this person? Has anybody ever seen this person before? Because I'm wanting to make sure that it's not somebody causing as in havoc or mayhem, which you're allowed to do. It's like checking somebody. I've seen me getting a friend's request, and I'm like, I don't even know this person. And I check their profile out. Who do they know that I know? I'm not sure about this person. I've never met them before. But I'm quite prepared to say hello to them as a stranger, because they are a stranger. It's like meeting somebody in the street and they say hello to you. What, you going to just ignore them and not say hello back? He's a stranger. He said hello. He's been nice. So why not just be nice back to somebody? And it might start a conversation with somebody you've never met before, and you might actually go on with that person. Because that's what it's like in business, as in its contacts. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And it is. And they do say it's a small world. It's amazing who knows somebody else, and somebody knows somebody else. And they go, I know such and such. And then they go, oh, do you know, and they mention somebody's name and surname, and you're like, I know that person. Where did I know them from? And you go, do you know such and such? It's a small world. And they go, but his cousin or a relation on to him. And you go, alright, I didn't know that. My mum's bumped into people in the street, right? And she said hello to them. And I said to her, who is that? Oh, that's such and such. It's amazing how small world it is, but my dad was like that too. My dad would go into a place and start talking to somebody, and before you know it, he'd get let in or whatever, and he'd meet somebody else, and somebody else, and then somebody else, and then he'd bump into somebody that he knew from way back, and you go, how do you know him, Dad? Oh, it's a contact through such and such. But he used to say it was a small world. Rocky's channel is easy to search, because not a lot of you just put Rocky Mountain Bear. But some of the search engines on YouTube, some of them you can be searching like mines, as in it's like some ones that are like the same surname. You've got to search through them to find them. Some of them are easy on YouTube, some of them are hard. I'm sweating because I'm in that glove. I don't know why I put gloves on. I always do that, especially when I'm handling coins. But I tend to only handle them once, or I'll pick. You see me picking a coin. You see me picking a coin up like that, or you see me as in when I put it under a microscope. You see a finger or whatever moving it like that, as in round like that, and I try not to put my finger on the surface of it, as in the obverse or the reverse. I'm trying to move it like that, shift it like my finger on the edge of the coin, so you know put fingerprints on it. Because I want the coins really nice when they go to somebody. Because it'd be nice to actually a coin sent from me go out to ACS or PCGS and come back with a really top grade, and somebody to say, "Oh, look, by the way, I sent that coin you sent me." It's not the I'm not jealous of anybody. I'm not envious of anybody. If somebody was to do that and say, "By the way, I sent that at PCGS, it's come back as MS65, and it's because I know it costs quite a lot because Mick Piscini and George is doing searching his coins at the moment, and Mike Piscini was saying about the prices that it costs. As I don't know if it's certain coins cost more. That's fine, Philip. Some coins cost more to send to PCGS just to get them done. It was like this coin's like $65 just to get sent as and to get assessed. And I was like, my God, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for a coin thing, me. So that coin's got to be worth at least more than $65. If they're taking it in, right, whatever as in the coin, the denomination of the coin, right? And Mike was saying there were all different prices, all different variations. And I was thinking, oh my God, I thought it's a lot of money to send to thing me. $130 for sending 4 or 5 coins into them to get assessed, to get the grade on them. That's a lot of money. But they did come back as in really good grades. But that's what I'm saying. If somebody was to say, by the way, got this coin off you, send it in PCGS, I'd be happy for them. I'd be like, fucking yeah. I was like, yeah. One of my coins is actually, I think we've been graded and actually you got that grade. I'd be like, fucking yes. And then they tell you it's worth this much, or it's the value of that. I like to hear the value of something because I've always wondered when we're at auction, I always wondered that what is the value of that coin, and I'm a bit frightened to say to somebody as in whoever's hosting it at that specific time and saying, "Can you tell me the value of that coin if as in the grey sheet or as in the retail book?" Can you tell me exactly what that would retail for, that coin? Because that's always been, it's like my dad was the same. It was like he'd take a car, right? And the car would be tatty. And he maybe buy it for 50 quid or 100 quid. My man knew there was an earner in it, but he'd know what true value that car was, but just the value in it. But I sometimes like coins to me is like I'm newbie at it, right? Now, don't get me wrong, I like coins, I love coins, I love seeing, but it's the history behind them and stuff like that I like seeing, right? And sometimes I think to myself, what is the true value of that coin? Have I paid too much for that coin? Have I paid too much for it at auction? Should I have bought it in the first place? But to me, if it's in my budget, in my rate in my head, in my budget range, I'll buy that. And if I think it's really a nice coin, I'll take it. I'll go, aye, I'll have that. Because that was like a couple of the slabs this week. And I was at Joe's and some of them weren't getting a bid on them. And I was like, that's worth $13. That's worth $13 a day. That's worth 15. That one was worth 17. And then it was like a Canadian set. It was an actual Canadian set. That's what I was saying. There was a one that came up, it was a goose on it, right? It was a single coin, but it was silver. I think it was, the bidding was starting at 22 for that or something, 22 or 25. And there was another set that came up before that, and it was like $32 for the set. I was like, I'm having that set. As I said, it's cheaper for me to buy a full set of Canadians or whatever year. It's actually cheaper for me to buy a full set rather than just the single coin on its own. But because this coin was on its single on its own, I still liked the coin, and I was like, I'm having that. I was like, that'll do for first. I was like, that'll do for first prize. But that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to finish. There's certain things like the Canadians and all the rest. I'm trying to finish the run date, as in like get 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, and go all the way through. But I only wanting the full sets, or to make a set up and go, right, I finished this one, I finished this one, I finished that one. But I know some of them, as in like the key dates and stuff like that, some of them jump up in price. Some of them are more expensive, as in because of the years or whatever. So I tend to sort of go, right, I've got to miss that one, but I'm hoping that sometime one of the bits come up and the price drops. Because I'm like, if I get it at the right time and the price drops to that, I might be able to afford that for my budget, so I can put it in my collection. Because it's nice to have a collection and be able to pull it out from time to time and show people. Some people sometimes I feel that some people are jealous. Oh, look what he's got. Look what she's got. I like to admire coins. We play a game. We play a game with each other in the coin community. Somebody will pull out their coins and go, right, who's got a better collection than the other one. But we won't fall out with it, or as in upset each other and go, well, I've got more than you, ha 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 ha. We'll admire that and go, that's nice that you've got in your set. Or that's nice. I wouldn't mind having one of that. But sometimes you'll not ask. If you get a doubler of that I could buy off you, or even trade, or I could trade something with you that you're after. But that's what George was saying about the coin community's changed over the past 2 years or whatever. Everybody's out for themselves, or they're out for sell stuff to you or whatever. George says that the swapping and the trading, some of it's no longer done. Where people were sending coins to people. But I don't know if it's because people have now got frightened, or what's happened is they've went to trade with somebody and they've sent their coins, but the other person has sent their coins back. And maybe that's why some people don't swap and trade no more, which I could totally understand. I could totally understand that. I could get that. But sometimes I don't like asking the questions. Well, what happened? Why do you not swap or trade anymore? Because there was a lot of the people that were, and some people were like Lemonhead was saying, like in an auction, somebody's going, give me 1964 times 2 and give such and such a person. But some people don't want to feel there's favouritism in an auction. Or we'll give that to Paul, or give that to such and such. But it's no favouritism. It's we want to share stuff with people, because let's share that with such and such. Because I do that sometimes. I don't want a full roll. If I can give somebody else's 1964, but sometimes you don't want just one coin. Sometimes some people want a full roll, and leave it like Paul's got this thing, right? Paul's got this thing about wrappers. Because I says to him one day, I says, why is it you buy pennies? What is it about pennies that you like about them? And Paul was like, it's the wrappers, Alec. So you like just the outside of the wrappers? And I like the wrappers, the different wrappers. I says, well, if I had wrappers, and see, even if I took the coins out of them, because I tend to try and unwrap them without busting the wrapper, right? I says to him, so does that mean then that I could send you just empty wrappers? Well, I know, like, I know. He says, but I quite prefer them in rolls. And I says to him, I says, what do you do with rolls? She says, I keep them. I don't open them. Polly must know that some of these pennies are worth more left in the wrappers without opening them. But he's not just get one of everything, he's got twos. And I says to him, I says, why don't you do like videos showing as in like I've opened this roll and I found this and that? Because people would turn around and say, oh, to Lemonhead, I found such and such in this roll, and it'd be an error or whatever, and they would tell him, well, I found such and such in this roll that had an error or whatever, as and blah blah blah. And I was like, well, does that mean then that you can find these errors and varieties in rolls? And this is why I started buying a roll. But I couldn't sit there all day and put coins under a microscope checking for every defect on a coin. I just feel that I don't have it in me to do that. I would rather, that's what I was trying to explain to people, I would rather get in a roll, take two of the first coins out, or maybe as in the middle, and go, right, I want to take the two coins out that roll, and I want to give everybody else a coin out it, like that. Because that was like the 74s, I done the exact same, and Lemonhead bust them open. Says, let them see the condition of the coins. And he opened the roll, and he put it, and they all scattered on the table. I says to him, do us a favour. I says, I'll buy that roll off you, but what I want you to do me, a favour. I went, send as many people as you can the coins, as the coins that's fell out that roll, or that's come out that roll. Because I've got ones that actually ding me that I bought off a Lemonhead. No word to lie. They had tinfoil wrapped around them. I showed Andrew. I sent Andrew the message as or whatever, and I showed him the photographs. I says, look, watch this. And it was rolls of pennies, right? And they were dated, I think, there were 74s, and the other ones were 81s, I think, either 81s or 82s, right? So I'm like that, I'm thinking, why is these wrapped in tinfoil? Is it a case that the coins are loose inside them and somebody's wrapped them in tinfoil to keep them good? So the curiosity get the better of me, and I'm like, I don't like the way they look as in the tinfoil, because if you were going to buy coins off of eBay or put them on eBay, right, say for instance you went to list them and they are wrapped in tinfoil and ILS and they're wrapped in tinfoil, right, are you going to buy them? Because you don't know the condition that they're in inside them, in that tinfoil. What if they were rubbish inside that tinfoil? So I took it upon myself, right? I unwrapped tinfoil, right? I just ripped the tinfoil off them. They were still in bank rolls. They were actually still wrapped up and tight. And I'm talking tight. The bank rolls were tight. You could actually feel the tightness of them being wrapped. They'd been originally wrapped, but somebody must have wrapped them in tinfoil to keep them good, to stop the air getting to them. And while I'm unwrapping them, I opens the top of it, right? So I ripped the tinfoil for in it, and I'm looking at the band, right? I'm looking at the band, and I goes, that's no that's no pennies. I found a roll of dimes wrapped up. So I did. I think they're 76s or something like that. And I says to Andrew, I says, look what I found. He says, you should have filmed that. He says, you should have filmed that of you unwrapping that and finding that inside there. And I said to Lemonhead, and Lemonhead's like, well, you found it, as in it's yours. You bought it, it's yours. I can't do nothing about it. I goes, but just watch. And he goes, oh, but the rest of them were. He goes, the rest of them were all pennies. So it must have been just a unique find that I found ones that were wrapped up, because it looked, when the tinfoil run it, it looked actually bigger than it was, as in when it was wrapped in the tinfoil, and you couldn't even see the ends yet. So I went like that because I thought, well, if I went to sell that, I want to. My old man had this thing about presentation, right? Used to say, son, presentation sells itself. So you seen a shiny motor, you went to go to buy a motor, right? You're not going to buy a dirty motor, because you're going to wonder what's underneath that dirt. So that's why you see a shiny motor in a showroom, or a shiny motor sitting in a trade lot, right? And this is why they clean them up. But I know with coins, a lot is, I'll go, don't clean coins, don't clean them, don't touch them. That's insane. That's a bank roll. But I haven't opened that yet, because I'd like to be able to open it, but I'm not going to search it for errors and varieties. I'm only going to take two of them, and then I'll pass as many people as I possibly can till that roll's finished. That's why I keep saying I need at least 40 odd people. It's not because I'm saying, oh well, I'm going to sell 40 to 40 people. I want to be able to give 40 people a coin each, so that I can then, so that there's nothing left, so that I don't have them lying scattered all over the place, because that's one of my pet hates. I hate seeing, go into a room and all you see is just clutter everywhere. I don't mind it if it's in one set area, but I tend to organise it. If it's mine, if it's my stuff, I organise it into the sections, so I know where everything is, where I know exactly where I can go and find that bit or a tool or whatever. But everybody has their own set ways of doing something. Les, I was going to allocate people as numbers, but there's only, as I'm saying, there's only three. There's only three in the chat. I need at least 12 people. There has been 5 people that was in here, but that's what I'm saying. I need at least 12 people I need 12 people in the chat, so that I can actually go right. As in, well, I need 11. I actually need 11. I need 11 names for, as in, because I need to put Paul's name in one as the number 4, because Paul is like my favourite number's 4. I'm like, no, so I don't have to allocate you a number. I says to people, there's no allocations of who's getting what number, and I was like, oh no, I was like, Paul, I was like, why couldn't you just said, pick me a number? As in, then it would, as in, it's not as if it's favouritism, but Polly, that's what I'm saying, Polly's paid, as in, he's paid 50. I says, well, I'll put the rest to it. I says, you've nearly paid, as in, for track shipping, because it's 20. The last time I done it was like 20, I think it was like £21 or something like that, the last time I done it. But it was quite, when I sent the person the package, it was like at least about must have been about that thick, but about probably about the envelope was about that big, but what was in it was about I'd say about halfway for the bottom, it was like at least that, but at least about probably about that in size. See, that's what I like about the chat because Iris is saying hello to Les, Les is saying hello back, or Irish is asking him how he's doing, and then Les is saying to him as and telling him how he is back. And that's what I like about the chat. When it's kept like as in the yous are making friends with each other, or yous know each other as in by channel names. And that's what I like about it. And this is why I do these lives every so often. Because this is what really it makes me overwhelmed as well at people that can actually get on together and they're looking out for each other. Because that's what I'm saying. I was hoping for 710 to turn up, but obviously not. Because I was like, well, if he turns up, he turns up. If he doesn't, I'll just run it. I'll run the spinning wheel anyway. As in if he doesn't turn up. But then I was like, well, I need at least 11 names to put in because I usually put, what I'll do is I usually put the numbers on there and I'll put the number on and I'll put a channel name on it as in the whose it is because that's the whole idea is you get a minimum price but you're not paying to go on it. If you want to put a donation into the PayPal account, you can. I know that the PayPal isn't running across the bottom. If you go to my about section, there's my about section, and it says as in donate a month, donate amount monthly. Disregard that. Disregard what that says. You can change it. As in, so you can put a one-off donation in it. But that's only if you would like to. I don't make it compulsory that you have to do it. You're shaggy. Just got back from the parts store. Waiting for the. I know. Must be the worst. Then I'm water outside and it's pissing rain. I'm not getting under that bonnet. You dang me, yeah, I'm not that daft. I'm not going under that bonnet with the thing with pissing her in. My man always done motors in the street, but he could tell the weather. My man could actually read the weather, and I was like, how can you do that, Dad? And he said to me, when we used to go to the car boot sale, and say for instance he was stuck for money, maybe he hadn't done a couple of weeks' work, or maybe say 3 days he was off, so he's lost about 3 days' money, and he'd be like that to me. And he looked up on the Sunday and thing me go, by the way, we're going out today. I'm like, where we going? And he's like, you know where we're going. And he's like, it'll turn out a good day today. I was like, how the hell does he know? He's looking up at that sky, as in clear blue sky or whatever, right? Early in the morning, before even it's time to, as in it's only early yet, and he's telling you it'll turn out a good day today. I was like, well, how did he? It was as if he could read the weather. I was like, how the hell can he do that? All right, it's tornado. Jesus Christ. Aye, Shaggy. It's raining, it's raining and raining hard. We're looking at tornado outbreak. But I'm thinking it will just pass us by. Well, if it does good. We don't get like them. We get like a wind. We get like wind. windstorms. I got hard skin on my elbows. I've got 2 notifications, but I don't know what the 2 notifications is. I'm not even going to even open it. I don't know. It might be. I don't know. Alright, it's Galman. The one that says Team StreamYard free recording and new features. According to them, we've got new features as in StreamYards. Jack Goldman says, thank you for watching and your support. Sometimes somebody will say to me, such and such has got something that's different, or like Jack Goldman's trying to go to some coin show, but he's actually shorting funds for going to it. And before I come live, Silver Bill was doing a live stream, and he was talking about the Jack Goldman's made up like medical bags, and he put it as in like it's on a string or whatever, as in round his neck, and he said go and check Jack out about, I don't know if it was to buy the medical bags or whatever, and I just says I hope we get looking for what happened in the comment. That's him bringing it back. No, if Shaggy was going to stay, I'd have allocated Shaggy a number as well, because that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for Aston, because Irish Collector's still here. I don't know if Les Coins is still here. Shaggy's just left. Johnny Fives was about. Andrew's sort of kicking about and out. Because we were going to do what I was going to do with the GWs is to guess a number between 1 and 12, as in 1 and 12, and put in as in the numbers between 1 to 12. You're all allowed to pick one number, as in between 1 and 12, and whatever one it stops on, that'll be the person that wins the GW. I was thinking of doing like guys and like what Joe does, the early bird. But I should have done it as when you saw come in, but then I sort of get carried away talking about bits and pieces. And then what I was going to do was I wasn't going to do the first prizes, but then I thought, what if we just done a first prize and then done a GW for the last one? I wasn't going to do like as in first place. I was going to just do like the minimums and do that for like a month to try and cut the size of the packets down. But then I don't want to make it like as in change things, because you start changing things and nobody understands what the hell's going on. 1 minute you change it to this, then you change it to something else, and then everybody ends up so confused with what's going on. Hi, Grandpa Kevin. I only come up with that crazy Scotsman as in because who is it? Ling used to call me Scotty. I couldn't understand why he called me Scotty. Scotty for Scotland, or Scotty. Used to say, "Aye, Scotty," and somebody called me a bully. So, as in, Bigfoot told me a story about. It's a true story about, as in the history, about one of the presidents, and he was called a bully, but a bully in a certain way. So Oz kind of sort of laughs about the bully, and there's this guy who's a comedian, and he's Kevin Freshwater, and he would give his pal would turn around and say, "What would the crazy Scotsman say?" And he gives them the tartan tammy, and he puts the tartan tammy on, and it's got orange hair, and then all of a sudden he goes crazy about I am Brew or whatever, but he does one about Fredo, and Fredo's bars. I think the Fredo bars used to be like 15 pence or something like that, and the Fredos they moved up to, I think, they're like 25 pence or something like that. But they're only like, the bars are only like that, right? But Fredo's get like it's like a wee froggy thing, right? On a bar of chocolate. Now the bar of chocolate, it's only about maybe that, but that's about the height of it. But it's about that and length, right? And he goes, Fred, and he starts having a go at Fredo. He starts having a go at Fredo, and it was that sort of made me think about the Crazy Scotsman, because the channel wasn't really called the Crazy Scotsman. I know, Grandpa Kevin, sometimes I have to go slower, because sometimes I go too fast and I realise that I don't realise that I'm going so fast with the speaking, and it's like gobbledygook to some people. So I try to slow it down, but I don't like it feeling as in to me as in like a robot, as if it's like Duracell running down in batteries. Like that. And I just thought I'd do a live and do the wheel again, because I was like, right, okay, we've missed Thursday, because that was the whole idea. It's supposed to be either. I know, that's what I thought too. So 710 says, I can't do it Friday. Exactly. When we were a kid at the King, we buy 5 chocolate bars for £1. These days, only one for exactly. The price of chocolates, it's like, I remember, like a Mars bar was like 30 pence or something like that. Now it's at what, 60, I think it's like 65. But even the chocolate bars, they're actually going down, and the actual size of them is actually going down, as in the size of the length of them, and the actual thickness. They're not like, as in it used to be like a thick dark chocolate, and you could actually taste the chocolate. No, it's not as good as what it used to be. It's actually, they're putting like, as in like a thinner chocolate layer on the top on them themselves. I know, Grandpa. You're quite comical when you start. But you gone, Shaggy? That's a shame. Because I was going to do that. Because I was going to do the early bird, as in say, right, 1 to 2. Because maybe that might get people in here. that. So you get there's two stickers, a Captain Jerk magnet. There's a jersey note, and there's a couple of coins. There's a couple of coins in the back. There's a couple of coins in the back of them. If there's 4's in the chat, then they need to be four numbers. So if you've not got your numbers in, as in put your numbers in the chat. As I said, 1 to 12. Oh, you're not allowed to pick one number, or you'll be instantly disqualified. Because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spin this. I'm going to spin the wheel, and whatever number the number falls on between 1 to 12, and that's the person that'll win it. And then it'll go into the bag. It'll go into the bag with your name on it. Because that was the whole idea, to get enough names for the downmate to do the 1 to 12. Because I actually make them up as in them, and you've got a surprise coin in it. I did them every so often, as in the pick coins or whatever. Because that was the whole idea. Because I was like, what if I got as in British coins, like the 50p pieces and the £2 coins? But then I'm like, I don't want to actually let people see what the coin is. I want to be able to put the coin in, and for them, and then them say, well, what is that? Like, well, I can't remember, because it's been a week or 2 weeks since I did it. As in the actual what was in the envelope, the brown envelope. Because sometimes I'll put like 3 or 4 coins in, and then I'll put one as a surprise coin. But as I'm saying, you might get a foreign, you might get a British, you might not get a British. But I will want. That's what I wanted. I wanted people to put in the comments, as in what coins would you really like me to do? As in, if you like British or whatever, I'd like you to be able to say, we would like you to do British, or you like me to do this coin or that coin, as in the foreigners, as in, so that I know, so I can get a feel of what I need to get, or what I can see if I can dig it up. Because it'd be nice to send you guys back something that you don't actually have over there, that I could actually get over here, and then send you guys it back. Because there's no point. That's what Melissa says to me. She says, what is the point of us buying from you, as in it's going to cost you more when we can get it over here in the first place? I was like, oh, I can see your point. I was like, Melissa, I can see your point. And then I was like, well, because you can't get 50 pences, you can't get £2 coins. I can go in the bank and get them out. As in, I could take like 6 bags if I want. I could take £200 worth of coins out. But all I need to do is go down and ask them and say, look, as in, I'm wanting £200 worth of coins out, and they'll order them. If they've not got them, they'll order them for me. That's what he told me. Or I just need to do a phone call, and they'll order them for me to come in, and then they'll tell me to come whatever day to come down and collect them. But I didn't want the channel feeling like as if it was competing against all the others. I can only see two numbers, guys. I can see Irish collectors and Les likes coins. I can see a 7 and a 12. And there's supposed to be 4's in chat. And Andrew's supposed to be there. I like that one, Irish. I'm an Irish lad trying to become a leprechaun with the gold The price of gold, as in Jesus Christ. That's what I'm saying. I remember playing about with it as in before I even came to YouTube. As in when me and my mum was buying it for the auction, you know, I paying £2 a gram or something like that. It was £2 or £3 a gram. Dad used to like buying it in bulk, but he used to like the bags. He'd buy a bag and he'd pick it up as in view it at the day, and he'd go through it all and he'd go, right, there's 3 good bits in that, and there's two bits of scrap in that. And he's like, I'm going to pay such and such for that. He does sitting there work it all out, and as in his head, I'll get £12 for that. I'll get a tenner for that. At 15 for that bit. I'll get 8 for that. Eight quid for that because it's a pair of earrings. Because he sell the cabinet with a cabinet. Done it at a thing. We done it at a cab out sale. We used to leave it there. It was like that. It was shaped. It had an actual drawer inside it. You could actually lock the drawer and down at the bottom, and the bottom of it, and the bottom, and it was shaped like that. It was shaped like that. It was a slant like that. Go down. It was quite a tall cab. Quite a tall cabinet. Dad picked it up off of somebody. Somebody was selling it. Mum one thing, he says, how much you want for that cabinet? The guy says, 20 quid or something like that. It was 25 quid or something like that. 25 quid or something like that. Mum looked at it and like that, and he seen the drawer in it. He thought, that's alright for hiding stuff in it, and put it like a safe. And the key, as you couldn't lock the top it, you could lock the bottom of the drawer. Bottom of the drawer. So that's what you used to put stuff in it at night time, in the bottom of the drawer. We used to do it as in discreetly when we were putting the stuff in the bottom of the drawer. I only leave a certain amount in the bottom of the drawer. Then I leave a lot in the bottom of the drawer, but at night time. Dad's like, don't overload that cabinet. Make it look nice. Make it look nice. Dad didn't like doing other work. He liked to be the gaffer. He liked to be the gaffer. Put it this way: if only two years have put numbers in the chat, I'm going to end up. I'm just going to run this as in run it. I was hoping for 4s to put as in numbers in the chat, and if Andrew's as in about, as in still kicking about, Andrew needs to put a number in as well. Because that's what I'm saying. That's for GW. I should have started it earlier, as in done an early bird one and then sort of done one in the middle. But I get talking away, you know what I'm like when I start blathering away. I need to take that cup away out of the road. What fucking thing gets knocked to her. Because I'm hoping that we can get number 12 and number 7 and number 12 out. That's what I'm hoping will happen. But I don't know. I haven't a clue where it'll fall. I don't know. It could fall anywhere. So it could take a bit for it to run it. I'm going to turn around and say that it's. I'm going to put that as. It's a hard one. It's a hard call because it's actually sitting on. It's actually hit on the peg. It's sitting on the peg, as in between, as in the 13. It's near, as in it's bang on the 12, which is I've put the number 6 on that, but I don't know where to fire it back onto as in the 13, which means then it would be 7, so it'd be Irish. So it'd be Irish. That's exactly what I was going to say, Les. I was going to say Irish, but then I thought as in yeah or no. Well, there you go, Irish. There, it's your name's on it. I'll put it in. You time me into that bag, which because your bits is in there, buddy. Your other bits is in there. There it's there. It's in because that's what. See once you've won it. It doesn't get put into stock. It's actually put into as in another different bag, as in put together so that I know it's there. It's all there. That's the round bag. That's the round bag. That's 7. That's 710. That's 710s. That's why I was hoping that a 710 came about today, because he's got stuff here now that needs to go here for the channel or whatever. Well, there it's there. It's in the bag. Well, Les says that you want it, so I'm gonna, because I could have easily, as in men like that, put it back a peg, because it's actually hit. That's what I'm saying. It's sitting. It's actually they're the orange peg. They're Irish. It was sitting like that, as in just there. Because the number 12. There's number 12 is white. I put 6 on it, so I'm going on the numbers that I put on it, because that's what I'm saying. I didn't like the spacing. In between it. I thought it was too narrow. I felt it was too narrow. And then I'm thinking, do I actually want the numbers 1 to 24 as in the so I need 24 people. What if I only get 3 people? It's 3 people that come in. Because I sat and thought about it all before even I actually started running this game. Because that's how it took me so long. And it was 710 that kept. 710 kept. What happened is 710 kept tagging it on. Every time we saw the wheel, he was like, spin the wheel, Alex, spin the wheel. There was one day in particular, and I thought, if I keep doing this and keep it carrying on, as in everybody got fed up seeing this wheel, and it's never getting done. So it was one day in particular, and I thought, bugger it, on a Friday. Now everybody in the UK goes out on a Friday, as in Friday night. I was sat in here and I was bored to tears, and I thought, bugger it, I'll run it one Friday. But the only thing was, that's fine, Les, no bother, see you later. Aye. So what happened is, but then it clashed. Friday night was clashing with the Durbins, as in every time I did it on the same time frame. Their time frame's different over there, right? But it fell in with your dinner time over here. And I was like, so I'm only getting an hour or whatever, but I was running it for 4 hours. I was running my stream for 4 hours, long, right? And the people were coming in. But the thing was, it was clashing with the Durbin's auction on a Friday. And I was like, it's not good. It's not good because people are running in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And I thought, nah, it's just not doing it. It's not cutting it. That's how I had to rethink it. And then 710's like that to me. He says, I can't do Friday. If you're going to run Fridays, I can't do Friday. So I can't do a collaboration with you. He says, but I can do a Tuesday or a Tuesday or a Thursday. So that's what I'm saying. I've spoke to 710, but as in that was during the week or last week, and I'm like, well, I don't want to keep going and hunt them down and then saying, look, are we going to do this? I thought I might as well just run with it and see if 710 appears and see if 710 appears. But I was like, well, would I name the live stream? And I was in Angie's live, Angie Lee's, and Hoovy happened to be there. And I says to Hoovy at the end, I says, I might as well just run a live and put looking for 710. But then I thought, I don't want people thinking that I'm creating drama by calling 710 out, right? And I'm thinking, what could I put it in as in so it doesn't seem that as in that I'm forcing them to come in. I was like, I wonder if I just title it. So then I titled it waiting to see if 710 appears. I thought, well, that's not like it's not a demand. It's not an actual demand. It's not a demand. So that's I was like, well, I might as well call it waiting to see if 710 appears. Because that's what I was waiting for with 710 as in Oil Upside Down. Hoping that he would come on the panel. Because if he comes on the panel, then we can get Rigged game, his game, and my game set up. I'll do my game and he can do his game. And it'll turn out a good stream. Because that's what I said to 710. I said, I told him in an email, I says, look, 710, I says, I'm really nervous. I says, I'm really nervous. I says, I don't know where I want to do it in my stream just as I'm coming, because it's been a while since I've done it. This is coming back. This is coming back to it. Right, no, because I get really nervous. I get really nervous. I get really nervous when I get really nervous when I haven't done a live stream for quite a while. I get really nervous. I get really nervous of what the outcome will be, as in to run it. So then I end up, I might get jittery and all that card on, and then I get butterflies and that. Somewhat. I shouldn't get like that, but I do, as in if I haven't done it for quite a while. Because sometimes I'll run out of ideas, or I'll hit this blank spot, like a writer. And when they're writing a storybook, and they know what they're going to put as a starting, and then they get 2 pages in, and they go, I've hit a blank spot. We can't seem to work out how the storyline's going to go in the actual in between. Because that's why half the time you send it to an author or a publisher to see how it looks to them or how it sounds to them before actually publishing the book. And then you come back with they'll underline something and say, I think this needs changed. Or this bit needs adapted because that doesn't seem to But the difference is a creator will create a video, but he thinks that it'll sell and then run with it, hoping the possibility of it going viral. But I don't really do the videos to become. I don't really do the live streams and that to become famous. I don't want to be a big. I don't want to be a big kid. I'm quite happy the way I am. That's what I said to somebody. I said, when I get to 1K, I says, I'm hoping that I never change who I am, the person I am, even if I get to the 1K. But then the next goal was to get to monetization. But as I'm trying to get to monetization, every year we'll take my hours back. And then what happens is they end up deactivated my AdSense and says you've been inactive for the last 3 months. For the last 3 months, I think it was either 3 months or 6 months. And I thought, is it this account they're talking about? It's linked to it, or is it another account they're talking about? And I ended up, I gave up in the end. I was like, well, bugger it. I was like, because I was originally an eBay seller, so I wasn't making profit at it, but I was doing alright at it, as in buying phones up, cleaning them up, tidying them up, putting them back on eBay. But a lot of rules and regulations has changed on eBay since I was last doing it, because it was like 2015, 2009, it was 2015 I come back here. And I think it was 2017 was the last time I sold anything on eBay. I've sold 2 things, but eBay keeps relisting them. As in the couple of phones that I've got on there. I have clients that turn around and say, hey, by the way, does that phone come with a charger? And a guy that turned around and said, you should have put on it, or stated on it, that phone in the charger. Then I'm thinking, what does it look to a potential client, mate? If you put an item on there, and you stay on it, that it powers up okay, the screen's okay, right? And you send that phone to him, and the phone's got no power left in it, right? And you go to press the power button, it won't turn on, but you don't have a charger. You don't have a charger line for that phone. How does it look to that potential client? The first thing that I would bear in my mind is the person who sold me it was lying, because I can't power that phone on, right? So how do I know that phone powers up and that screen's alright now? I look at it for 2 angles. This is what I usually do. I look at it for 2 angles, because I'm like, I don't understand the way he sees it, right? But he's at the pop at me, right? That client with a message, Now he's wanting that message answered because he's asked a question. Now to me, that's a feasible question. Does that cell phone come with a charger? As in, is the charger included? So I'm answering that question to that customer, that potential client. Now, because I've said to that client, no, that puts that potential client off buying from me. That's when I thought about it. I was like, hold on here. So I have come up with a plan. But I can't get a hold of the older Nokia charger, the actual one with it's got the big thick pin on it. I bought two of them off this seller, and I'm sure I paid $5.98 for the two of them because of the Christmas period. The price of them has went up as they put the price up on them. And they're wanting, I think, like $4.98 per unit. I says to them, well, I want at least three of them. I want a quantity of three, but I don't want to just buy them off you. I would like the single pins, and I'm wanting two of them off you. Can you give me a deal? I get a message back for the seller saying the price that the price that they're a bargain anyway. So, and I says to him, so I asked him the question: Are they genuine Nokia products? Because the original Nokia chargers have got the Nokia name stamped into them, right? But if it's the copy version has got the CE mark on it, right? Which is the kite mark on it, right? The kite mark. But it doesn't have the Nokia name because they're not allowed to use the copyright on them. Turns around and tells me that they are compatible for the Nokia phone, but they don't have the Nokia name on them. So I'm like, well, I can buy them same chargers, right? At trade cost. Usually at my place I used to deal with, right? £2.50, £2.50 each. That's what I used to pay. £2. It was £2.50 for the batteries, and £2.20. Used to charge me £2.25 for a copy charger. But I wanted the genuine product so that I can make the phone more genuine or more authenticated as possible. That was the whole idea behind it. So to make it more authentic. So that basically the customer goes, right, it's got the Nokia charger, so it must be an older charger. Right. So it's either a used charger or it's a brand new charger with the Nokia, because a lot of them were overstock, was classed as overstock, and somebody must have the overstock in Nokia's overstock that was existing before Nokia was bought over by Microsoft. Because I've seen a lot of the products kicking about on these different Facebook groups, like Facebook collectors groups, like Nokia collectors groups and all the rest. I've seen these products and I'm thinking, so there's a lot of products still lying out there that were originally stamped as Nokia genuine products. And that makes the phone a lot better if you see it with a Nokia name on it, because you're going to think, that it's Nokia name. So Nokia had a good reputation back then. Because I only buy used cell phones. That's what I do. I buy a used cell phone up. I might buy it as an untested item. So that's what I said. That's why I was paying what I was paying for the rolls of coins, because to me the rolls of pennies, that's the price of what I was paying per phone. Like between £2 and up to like four or five quid a phone as at a time. Because I tend to like bulk. I've always liked a bulk deal. I see a job lot with say 15 phones in it. I said to Joe the last time we did that one where it was like slabs, the slabs, and as the bidding was going up, he was throwing another one, and that's that. I said, just keep going, just keep putting them in, just keep putting them in there, because I just keep going, because to me, these slabs, as when they've got the annex or whatever on them, right, they're worth a lot more as in value because they've went and got graded already. So it means then that I don't have to send them in to get grading certain coins. And I thought people lot seem to like them as in when they're graded. So why not put them on as first prizes? Because that was the whole idea. Was the first prizes. I think I'm gonna go, guys, because there's like only one pair. There's only like one person watching. So at least somebody got a win. That's the main thing. Somebody got a win. So maybe next time. So it'll either be, guys. It'll either be a Tuesday or a Thursday, because I'll need to actually speak to. I'll need to try and get a hold of a 710. But somebody's obviously put his thing in the chat. I think it was Irish Collector put it in the chat as in the actual channel, so it means then I can look it back up and then put it in, because I'm going to actually leave him a comment on it and actually say to him, can you please contact under one of his comments if there's a video on that channel, and just put please can you contact me so that he knows that I've been looking for him, because that was the whole idea behind it, was to combine the two games, as in me do mine and him do his, and maybe just take turns about on as in the channel, because I'm not, well, he's got the same supporters as what I've got. Why not we bring the UK into it? Because that's what he's saying. He says, by the way, he says, sometimes I've had to lay out my own money, as in to send these out. He says, because sometimes he says you don't always get donations. So I've had to sell pennies or whatever on eBay. And I thought, well, that's my work on tap here. Right, I'm gonna bolt, guys, and see you later. Thanks for your time, thanks. Bye.